Hi, welcome back. We've been discussing talent followed by the luck, and we said when the talent meets the luck, the probability of success is going to be higher. Some of the first time viewers must be wondering, suddenly he's talking of talent, luck, so how does it connect? So don't worry, this topic is independent to some extent, and it also relates to the previous discussion that we have been having for the last 13 episodes. This is the 14th episode. We had discussed a lot of points. You can always start from anywhere because every topic that we had been talking is a little independent but connecting to various things. But if you see from the beginning, you will have a complete idea. So I would encourage the new viewers, new people who are viewing this channel to go back to number 1, number 2, number 3. So it would pick up the tempo and you will reach this particular tempo and we can continue. So we will go back to the topic. We talked of talent and the luck. When they meet, the success probability goes higher. Now what next? Will it happen automatically? So we'll have to do something to make a progress. So what is that going to drive us? What is the driving force? There must be driving force, no? So now the word is another big word, motivation. There must be some trigger, the motivation. Why am I saying motivation is big word? Because too much of research, too many presentations, too many views, so it is big. We are still researching, like change, like leadership, etc., etc. We are searching. And the views are improvising, different views. When you talk of motivation, the mind goes to Maslow, Herzberg, McClelland, Vroom. We are not going to discuss that. Enough material is available, you can go and search, but let us look at it afresh. So what is it we are going to look at? Maybe we can ask some questions and then debate within ourselves, and this thought sharing might encourage you to debate within yourselves, within your family, within your friend circle, and find some way as to how we can understand motivation in a different way. So let us ask some questions. What is motivation? Number 2, where is it? Number 3, how do I get motivated? And how do I motivate others? I just put 4. There could be many more in that. So what is motivation? To put it in a very simplistic way, it is a reason for someone to act, a trigger. Am I right? We discussed this trigger also. Something triggering inside creates that kind of a thought that will get into action. So that is very simple definition. We can have many, but we will retain this. Where is it? As I said, the trigger is inside. What is that inside? What is the trigger? There is a very old adage, whenever we talk of various things, this adage regarding motivation, this adage also comes in. I can take the horse to the pond, but I cannot make it drink. It doesn't drink. And how do I motivate that to drink? It won't drink because there is no need. But some point of time it will start drinking that water. No? My reasoning is that point is a motivation. There is a thirst inside, forces the horse to drink that water. So the thirst could be anything. It could be external, it could be internal, but even the external is driven by the thirst which is inside. What is the thirst? The external thing can be as simple as an appreciation by someone else. Because there is a thirst that someone must appreciate me. So that the thirst, when it is quenched, you get a satisfaction. So that is the motivation. You are motivated to make someone to appreciate you. Your act is going to be in such a way that someone should appreciate. That thirst, that motivation to get that recognition is what is going to trigger you. Big trophy. So whenever you see big matches, IPL match, as the players walk, the cup is displayed there. Some people light and then go, oh, this must be mine, I must touch this. So the thirst is there that I must possess this, I must hold it, I must hug it. So that thirst brings up the best. When the best comes, the thirst is quenched. Your motivation is met. You are motivated to do that kind of a activity. So how do we identify the thirst? There is no definite answer because it differs from person to person. My motivation could be different, someone's motivation could be different. Some people might be very content. Some people might be very, very ambitious. That content mind to ambitious mind, the degree of motivation varies. When someone recognizes that kind of a thirst and offer what is required, then the person becomes the inspiration to you. He becomes the leader. So the next question was, how do I motivate others? If I understand the thirst and offer what is required and that is met, is satisfied. That means I have motivated that person to get that from me. It might look a little word, the discussion, where is he taking us to? But if you really think deep, no one can motivate us. The motivation has to be from us only. That burning desire, the fire in the belly, the thirst must be there. When I say thirst, the thirst is not a very comfortable feeling. It is looking for something, I must quench it, I must quench it. So till such time you quench it, you are going to do a lot of activity. So I am just taking this thirst as a metaphor. The motivation will be various things. That motivation determines the intensity of the action. The intensity of the thirst is going to be reflected in your intensity of the act. It's a function of that. So you will become innovative. You will put a hard work. You will find all results that are required because you want to meet that achievement. People talk that's the internal requirement. People say, for example, if you look at McLaren, he says, a sense of achievement is an internal need. The sense of achievement is arising out of the external one that I see. The sense of achievement, I have been able to get a hold of that cup. Sense of achievement. Though it is internal, externally appearing, but internal desire, the thirst is driving me to achieve that. To illustrate this, maybe I can bring some examples which might reinforce my point. I am going to share again my experience in Modi's Rocks. I said thirst is an uncomfortable feeling. So we have a system of keeping a work controller. It is a she. Normally it's a she. So they are, their job is to receive complaints from the customers and allocate the engineers to attend to the various complaints. The complaints over a period of time got the better of all these girls. Because it is a question of frustration. No, every day I come in the morning 9 o'clock, the bell rings, your machine is not working, you have this problem, I have this problem. I don't listen anything other than problems, complaints, etc., etc., etc. So one of the girl was saying, Kevi, the job is very, very frustrating. By end of the day, I go back with a feeling, what is it I have got today? A lot of complaints, lot of irritation. I get irritated by end of the day. Yeah, I said that is right, I understand, but that is the job that we have accepted. So we'll have to find ways how to make it interesting. So you are the person who are feeling that kind of a frustration. I can empathize with you, but what is the solution? What is it I can offer you as a help? How can I help you? She said, KV, I know you are trying your best, but you cannot help, but let me think. So after about a couple of days, she came back and said, KV, I have one idea. Out of the 100 complaints that I get in a day, if I get one appreciation from some customer, it will make my day. Yeah, very true, but how do we make it? So maybe I can ask some customer, dial customer and tell them, whenever you feel happy, please call our controller and share your happiness. She said, no, it's a kind of a coaching or tutoring someone to satisfy. It should come naturally. So I have got one idea. I said, what is it? We are installing a machine in a customer place. So instead of waiting for a complaint to come, why not I fix a schedule, maybe 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and send an engineer to check whether everything is okay. That will probably be appreciated by the customer and he will share that automatically. So we are initiating the process. I thought it's a good idea. Those times we didn't have any computer system, etc., etc. It was a manual system. We had a lot of cards for the various customers and said, okay, this is installation number, day number 1. Okay, I will put it on the 30th day. A diary, big diary, a folder, 30th day. So when the 30th comes, I know this customer has to be serviced by a engineer. I will send him. So when the customer expects, when he does not expect an engineer, he arrives and then says everything is okay, he is going to be feeling gaga about it and he will share that with us. I said, try it out. And we started doing that and it worked wonders. And we had a 90-day warranty period. After that, they get into the contract. That gave us another opportunity. Innovation, the new ideas. On the 90th day, when the engineer goes, this is the 90th day, today the contract is ending. So now can you sign the contract so that you don't have any problem? So that created a lot of satisfaction in the customer. Customers started calling her. At least about 7-8 calls came in to the work controllers saying that I see that there is a good initiative taken by Modi Xerox and we are very happy about it and I would like to share with you. That made their day. What I am saying is the thirst is quenched now. So who did that? That uncomfortable feeling gave that innovation, that new idea, and it became a standard across the country. And we got it named as the first impressions. If the first impressions are good, subsequent things are going to be better. So it opened up a new avenue for the entire company and we did wonders on that. One example. The second example is personal. One is as a manager, a person to be motivating others, or as a parent to motivate various wards of mine. I was thinking whether I had been a good motivating manager. I never got an answer. But recently, I had been getting some messages from some of my old colleagues. After 20 years back, someone writing, KV, I still remember, I was longing to head a small team. I was waiting for an opportunity. You facilitated that opportunity and sent me to a Timbuktu, which I had to accept because I wanted that desire was there. I did not mind the Timbuktu, I went there and that made a lot of change. He is a top executive working in Dubai now. But he recognized that I facilitated that desire of his to head a small team, wherever it is. It was a Timbuktu, but still it was okay. So I said, okay, maybe I had motivated this guy. Maybe this is motivation because I have somewhere understood his thirst and facilitated that thirst. And maybe I offered that kind of a drink which will quench his thirst. Good enough. The second example is within the family. It's about our son. He was a karate student, and both my daughter and son, they were very good in the shadow boxing and everything. They call this as kata. And they were champions, gold medalists all the time. And there is also another variety called fighting area. My son never went into it because he was very, very small, diminutive. He said, I cannot do this. So we said, okay, fine. One day in one of the competition, they announced for this fighting competition, the winning prize is a pair of Reebok shoes. And our son was very crazy after Reebok shoes. And we were not in that kind of a comfortable, affordable position that we could have given that pair of shoes. And suddenly something must have happened inside, and he went and enrolled himself. We were surprised. How come he is enrolling? How can he fight? He said, okay, fine. I have a shadow boxing, which will, I am an expert. It will help me in the fighting. Let me find out. And he went into there were about 4 rounds. Every round he was able to do quite well, with even senior people taller than him, etc., etc. And if, of course, he got a lot of support from the crowd, but he could not hear anything. His mind was only in the Reebok shoe, the thirst, that I must get that quenching of that thirst. And he finally won, got that Reebok shoe, that meat. But did he continue to participate in the further fighting? No, fine, the thirst is over. I will continue in my area. The motivation need not be a continuous one. I got motivated for a particular one, I achieved, done. The second example is about my daughter. She is a dance student. She used to perform in the school, but she always feels that I must be present when she is performing on the stage. So I will go from the office. Sometime I might get delayed, but she will say, my turn. I will skip my turn. My dad will come. Only in front of him, I will get that energy. When I go and sit there, you can see the energy and the best comes out. That's the thirst. The thirst is, my dad must be present when I am performing, and I will come out with the best. Done? So, number one, we had established that the motivation is internal. It is equivalent to the thirst that one has. To quench that thirst, we can become innovative. We can become very, very hardworking. We will find every possible step that is needed to quench that thirst. The thirst could be various types. So, and I also can be a good motivator if I recognize the thirst. So, this is the thirst. I must facilitate. I must provide the space and time for him to do all those items, for her to do all those items. And if it is quenched, it's the best. Now the horse is drinking the water, and the facilitator has ensured that the pond is available. Whenever there is a thirst, it is available. Done it. So I had probably given a totally weird kind of a dimension to the motivation, but you can think over it, debate. Whenever you think of motivation, connect it to the thirst. Maybe the answer will become clearer. That is my view. I could be right, I could be wrong. So if anyone wants to add anything, you are most welcome. The channel is available for you to comment, and please do that. So we will meet again with another topic connected to the various aspects of life. Please subscribe to the channel and make your comments visible. Till we meet next. Thank you.